Hey guys, Kev here, and I have an unboxing to do for you. This package comes by way of Bees Blades. Shout out to Brian over at Bees Blades. We're going to unbox it with the Nimble X. Really enjoying this knife. I am actually super glad I picked one up. When I got the prototype, I really liked it, but I didn't think it was gonna be for me over the OG. But now that I got the one I ordered in, I'm glad I did, because it actually is really good. And I think they made little tweaks in production that really helped. So let's just slice into this guy right here. Love this. And these are coming from, like I said, Bees Blades. But let me, there we go. See, you got some stickers here from Bees. Look at it. Just look at it. You got your Bees Blades sticker. So, all the cool stuff there. Shout out to Bees Blades. Go check out his channel. Great dude. Always enjoy his content. These are the prototypes from Grambeau Knives. So, I don't think the packaging or whatever is important here. These are, again, prototypes made by Bestech, I'm pretty sure. I always thought it was Riot, but it's Bestech. And there's two models. I think there's one called the Assetto, and there's one called the, what is it called? Russo? Something like that. That's this one. I think it's called the Russo. To me, it gives Les George vibes, and I don't mean that in a he copied it way. I just mean that's how my brain works. And let's take a look at it. Oh, no, I think it's called the Russ, just the R-U-S-S. Now, I think they're still on pre-order, pretty sure. They are going to ship from Australia. So the price, make sure when you go to a site, you set the price to US dollars if you're in the US. And, ooh. Oh, shit, it's a liner lock. Why did I assume it was a frame lock? So it's a liner lock. Good action. This is actually really cool to try, because we have Bestech working on a liner lock for us at Devo Knives, and it's going to be a titanium liner lock with a steel insert, and that's what they did here. Let me just, and that kind of started with the let me grab it. Started with the Vero Engineering Axon. He's kind of the one who started the titanium liner lock with insert, at least with Bestech. You got a flat grind or saber grind, I guess. Interesting. It's a little off center. You see that? It's off center. Now we'll check and see if... No, it's tight. Spine check real quick. It's tight, so I don't think it's that. And I really am afraid to... Well... Let me just see how easily this fits. It's turning a little bit. That scared the shit out of me. It's good. Just wanted to see. Yeah, it didn't center anything. So it's just spinning in place, I think, at this point. It's got an interesting construction because of that. It's got the flat head sort of design. I can't reverse flick it right-handed because of how close the stud is to the frame. I can't, like, get under it. And... yeah, that was really hard. Now, maybe a righty would be able to do that better. Now, left-handed, you got a stud right here. And you could fire that real nice, Clark. Real nice. But you're going to have the stud here, which I think would work better. My thumb is jacked up, so I'm just struggling to flick in general. And then you have a front flipper, I guess, right? Is it supposed to be a front flipper? I think so. Yeah, I mean, it works pretty well. When that lock bar is out of the way, it really wants to swing down, which is good. Smooth shake down. The right-handed thumb flick is fantastic. I mean, it really fires out of there. Holy shit. You hear that? I'm sure you hear it. It's thundering through my house. So I love the sounds of this. Close it. Boom. You have some milling on the inside on both sides. So it's got a decent weight to it, but not like too heavy. I like how it looks. Is the liner recessed? Let's see. Is it a nested liner lock? Not really, right? Because if it was nested, I don't think you'd see this whole lock bar here. It would kind of just pop out right here, and you'd just see it here. I think that's a design aesthetic, but it looks fine to me. The liner looks like it's mounted. Let me just see. Looks like it's a full liner, so actually, it kind of looks like a sub frame lock because the liner is cut. So I take that back. It looks like the liner is cut out of the frame. See that? Right there, you can see where it's cut out of the frame. And it's not actually like a liner that's in there. It's part of the handle. So they took this full thickness, see the scale thickness here, and then they cut right here and they created the lock bar. That's what it seems like to me. So to me, that would make it a sub frame lock, not a liner lock. But it's still kind of the same idea because it has a lock bar insert then, right? Lockup is pretty good. It's not sticking. It grabs a little bit. So like you can feel it sliding across the tang, but it's not bad in any way. Just telling you how it feels. I like the pass-through pivot. This thing's cool. You got the standoffs, cool. You got the clip, cool. I love that you have something mounted there, and that's why I thought it was a liner. The only other option is that, dude, this thing is crazy. So it is a sub frame lock, and then, shit, is it a bolster lock? No, I'm just trying to put a determination on it. You don't have to, but take a look at this. So it's actually, bear with me, this screw and that screw, I believe, are holding in this piece right here. So where this jig is, all of that is a piece of titanium. And it's laid on top of that frame lock. Does that make sense? So if I took this clip off, and then I took that screw and that screw off, I think this plate would come off, and then you'd have an exposed lock bar, and then it would be a frame lock. So it could technically be classified as a bolster lock, a liner lock, or a sub frame lock. It's all three. It's a sub bolster liner lock, honestly. So now that we know what it is, we can move on to the next one. So that's the Russ or Russ. I like it. Cool. And then this is the, oh, there's two? Holy shit. Okay, cool. This is the Assetto. And you have two versions. You have the bolster lock and you have this full frame lock, which is cool because as a lefty, you probably, maybe the bolster lock's better, but we'll see. Honestly, as a righty, it's probably better because when you're right-handed on a front flipper lock bar, right? Man, so these are Bestech again, I believe. These are dead centered. Well, that one is. This one is maybe a little off to the clip side. Again, haven't looked at it, though. Solid as a rock. The action's pretty good. These are cool. They look good. They're built well. They got a little thickness to them, but let's see. Detent wise, let me feel that detent a little bit. Can pop it out a little bit, but again, it's a front flipper. That feels good. They're different, but yeah, this detent's stronger. You can see there. Takes a little bit more to do that, where on this one I can pop it a little easier. So I'd say I prefer the detent on that one, but I wonder, shit, I gotta cut. I wonder, okay, so there's nothing to grab because it's a swedge up here. There's no flat. If there was a flat, you could grab it, you know, and you could do a reverse flick, but you can't because there's nothing there. And the detent isn't quite light enough to do it. Now, left-handed, I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean, I got lucky there, but that could be partially just because I have this Band-Aid on that I got it out. Anyway, the ergos are fantastic. Holy shit. There is this little point right here. I don't love that because for me personally, that's right where my thumb lands. And that's something that's a pet peeve for me. I want to either be back here or I want to be up here, and I'm right here. And it's just natural. Pick the knife up, grip it, put my thumb down. Where am I? Right on that point. So that's just a personal thing. This one feels different, again, because it's the full tie frame lock. I think it might be a little thinner. Let's see. And let's look at the lock bars, too, because you can see they're different. On this one, you have a little bit of a chamfer right here, and you can disengage there and pull down. On this one, you don't have that. You just have the lock bar. It's a bolster lock. But could be the detent being a little lighter. But this one just glides right out of the way. I feel no problem with disengaging it, even though it seems like it'd be worse to disengage. Again, looking at this one. And these aren't reviews, but I'm just getting into it. You see that? You have that nice little spot right there to disengage. But the lock bar is a little stiffer because of the detent. This one kind of has that, but not as much. But it just glides out of the way. So I think personally, after now handling them for a second, I like this version better. And part of that is the bolster lock I've noticed with my own knife, the stout. If you look at the design of a bolster lock, right, you'll see the lock bar is very thin from where it's cut all the way up to the bolster. Then it gets thicker up here, right? And that's where the insert goes in and everything. That's where the lockup goes down because it can't be that thin up there. But what that allows, basically, is for you to have less tension on the lock bar, but still get enough for the detent. So in this case, the detent is a little bit lighter, but I don't think, even if they were equal, I think this one would be easier to disengage because you have this heavier, thicker part. That's my daughter's monitor. I'm on dad duty this weekend. My wife's away, so I think she just coughed or something. But you have this heavier, thicker part of the frame lock, the lock bar up here, and it's thinner down here. So naturally, if you just think about physics or whatever, it's going to be easier to push this thick part with this thin part down here. It's going to make it to where it's, weaker down here or whatever, and it's going to slide right out of the way. Where on a frame lock, it's thick all the way through, right? So it's just going to be a heavier feeling. And you can't see it or feel it, but I can, and it's stiffer to move this out of the way, even though the access is better. It's interesting. So I just prefer the feel of this one better. It also allows the blade to drop better because, again, you have that little bit of a softer lock bar happening. So it allows less friction on the way down. And with the bolster lock, your hand can get out of the way. So this is really good. I like this. You have a hollow grind on this one. So you got satins up here, machine satin up here, and then stonewash here with a hollow grind. You have a beautiful tip. It is a clip point, but I like this clip point. It's different. It's not everybody else's clip point, I'll show you everybody else's clip point. This is basically what every clip point looks like these days. Some variation of this, or if you've ever seen a Pena and Lanny's... Oh, I'll show you. I got another one. Let's figure this out. If you've ever seen a Pena front flipper knife... Man, it's so hard to get these out. They're so small. Okay. This is the Apache... Oh, shit. Never mind. That's a sheep's foot. You know what I'm trying to get at, right? I'm trying to find something. I don't have any because I don't like them. I like them in looks. I don't like them in actual practice. Is this one? No, it's more... I don't have a good example. I apologize for talking without having something to show you That annoys me. Yeah, I don't have anything. Okay, so basically this, or you know, think of like the Pena not the Lanny, because that's what this looks like. The other ones that are clip points, they just all look the same to me. And this does not look like that. This just looks different. It has a different feel, and to me that makes it unique. It doesn't look like every other clip point knife, and it's less clip point-y. I feel like you do get a little bit of tip to work with. Now, it's a very elongated, acute tip, so it's going to be pretty dainty. You're not going to want to do anything too robust with it, because it's probably going to break off pretty easy. For me, shipping labels, I could get there. I got to get all the way up to here, and that's my downside with clip points. It's why I don't like them or own them. But this is different, and I like it. I actually really like this. I am personally now thinking about buying one. Can I do the... Look at that. I can even do the roll move. Ow. Kind of do it. Can I do it left-handed? This one always hurts. I'm not going to do it. But, yeah, it feels good. You have Grambeau right here. And that's it. I mean, there's no other marking on this knife. Nice clip. I'll have to test that out and see how it feels. I believe this is the M390, as some would call it. You have a lanyard pin right here, which I don't need, but whatever. Looks like T6s. I would totally want those to be T8s if he's taking any feedback. I think at this point he's got the order in, but looks like T8 pivot and then T6 on everything else, at least on this version. Really like this bolster lock. This one, we'll see. We got T8, T6, yep, all around. Then you got the Russo here. You got that, what do you call it, flathead, and then you have T6. I believe these are his first designs, and you got to give him credit. These are well thought out designs. They're done very well. Bestech came through with them, and I'm really glad I got to check these out. I appreciate it. I believe his name is Kane Grambeau. Both are hollow grinds. They have the same finishes. So I'd say my favorite out of the three is this guy right here. I like that it curves a little bit. To me, this is like a modern sort of interpretation of what Pena is doing. Pena is kind of doing that modern traditional thing, but this is like modernizing those designs, if that even makes sense. And the reason I assume these are Riot made is because of how they look. They just look like a Riot build. But if you feel the transitions and stuff, and it's just not quite Riot, it's really goddamn close, though. Getting to the point where it's hard to tell, but there are some things that you can feel a little bit of a transition. You know, if I do this, it catches right there. If this was a Riot, you would never feel that transition. Case in point, I will grab... Here's the Mini Tempest. There's just no catch it. It's fully just flushed out. It's insane how good they're at. They are at that. But it's damn near fucking Riot. I would, at this point, I would kind of put Bestech just a cinch above QSP. QSP is still getting there. I'd have to see them do some designs like this. I guess the Stout is kind of like this. I mean, it's got the, you know, bolster lock design. So we'll see how those come out in final production. I've always said QSP is like 85% Riot. And those final touches is what that 15% is, you know. This is closer to 90% of it. This is a little bit better than that, in my opinion. So... really digging these. This is a long enough unboxing. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll do full reviews on these, which, you know, kind of just did it. But I will carry them and use them a little bit and get a better idea and maybe get some information on price and stuff like that. So let me know what you think in the comments. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you Later.